my intention in life is to be hot till I'm 90.
Till
100, baby.
As long as I'm on this earth.
I have a great personality. It's just I need to add something to my butt or my boob.
Yeah, things have changed. Let's agree.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Things have changed.
So what do you think? Welcome back to our channel. It's Unplugged with the Atta Sisters. I am Zainab.
Hadiza.
Zuwaira.
So today we're going to be talking about a very sensitive topic, something that pertains to all of us, especially us women. We're going to be talking about aging and the societal expectations toward aging, how we feel personally about aging, and stuff like that, fun stuff like that. What comes along with our aging, or what comes along as we age in life. So I turned 44 on the 5th of May. It was my birthday. Yay. And did you just say it?
Yes.
Say it out loud.
Yay!
Yes, so I've always been very excited to turn a new year. My perspective, I've always been very excited because I feel as you age, you mature, your mindset evolves. That has been my thought when it comes to aging. So really, I have had some, should I say, opinions about from others, and they view differently, because of how society views women as becoming invisible when they age. Sometimes they expect you to fade into the shadows as you grow older, like make room for younger women, something like that. So I feel like as you age, you take up your own space, really. And I've always looked forward to growing older. I don't think there's anything. What are your opinions? What are your views toward aging? What do you think about it as women? Society says a lot of things. So what do you think personally? What's your own view?
So for me personally as well, I love my white hairs. Every time I go to the salon, I see lots of other women, some older, some younger, but everyone is trying to dye their hair. Not everyone, but most times, people are trying to dye their hair black or back to the color. Or I see some men trying to dye their beards, but I feel it's so hot, it's so cool, it's so sexy with the white hair. Those guys with the white beards peeping through and my own hair. Like, I love it so much. When I celebrate all the little strands of white hair that come out here and there on my hair. So I don't want any of it to go. I don't want any of it to go away. I love every part of it. The fact that my body is changing. Yeah. Of course, there's the trying to not fall off, to keep myself fit and keep doing the healthy habits that will keep me. But I don't believe in maybe altering something because I want to look a certain way because I don't want to age. I'm sorry, no, like that is me. That is me. Okay. I'm just I believe in rubbing some aloe vera to tighten my skin and all of those things. But I love the aging.
Are you
doing
the rubbing aloe vera because you want to? They say so many things like rubbing the aloe vera to make your skin more supple, to make you look younger. They give those kind of remedies.
I mean, of course, if it's going to keep the wrinkles like 5 years,
but it's not. Okay, well,
I'm just saying, like, I would go for that. I'll go for that route,
Okay.
And well, maybe any other healthy thing that I can do to maintain myself. But I love aging. I love it very, very much. I love to see people with white hair. I love to see guys and ladies alike. I love to see it, just coming out and just growing naturally. It's beautiful. So yeah, that's my own.
What about you, Toots? What do you think?
Okay, I'll continue.
Think about aging, Toots.
Okay, well, for me, I'm sure going to go and dye my white hair. All those little white hairs on the edge of my edges, I'm sure going to go and dye it.
Okay.
But I will say in my own case, I feel like I started getting more comfortable. Not with the idea of aging. I don't think I've ever had a challenge with the idea of aging. But I've had a challenge with my age being outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's being public.
Yeah, being public. Like I told you guys.
Yeah, people knowing how old you are.
Yeah. I turned 40 last year, 1985. Represent. Period. Anyway, moving on. And that was the first time for me, like, posting my age on Instagram, because I've always had, I feel like it's a little bit of two worlds, because in as much as I'm a content creator, I consider myself a private person. And when sometimes a little bit of too much information about you is out there, people suddenly have this conception like they know your whole story, or they can just make a general assumption of who you are based on everything that they are seeing about you online. So, and for me, age played a very big, significant role in that, because we know that Nigerians generally can be very judgmental people, especially when it comes to women. It's like, how can you be 40, you're not married, you don't have children? Everybody, people tend to
put you in a box.
Exactly. Very quickly before they even know your story. Not that is anybody's business anyway, but that's just the way our society tends to function. So sometimes, for protecting my own peace and my own perception, I rather kept my age silent for all these years. I just write happy birthday
to you,
to myself, and all those kind of things, until this 40th. And the reason I put it out there was not because of anybody. It was a celebration of myself and my journey. And I think that is something that, as you grow older, it does for you. It makes you to look back in retrospect and see retrospect.
Okay. Did you just say retrospect?
Retrospect. I heard
because I know all my English tutors are gonna be with their big ears. In retrospect. It's my American accent. It's my American accent.
They don't used to put T. Wow.
So anyway, it makes you look back and look at yourself and appreciate yourself for your journey. And at a certain age, like 40, you start to realize that you don't owe anybody an explanation for your life, for where you are, for the decisions you've made, and everything that has taken you,
literally,
everything that has brought you to where you are, But then it still does not take away from the fact that we live in a very judgmental society, and people look at these things about you and judge you. So I feel like that's one of the reasons why this topic is an important one, because as much as yes, everybody say embrace yourself, blah, 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 it's not that easy. It's not that easy. We've seen the struggles of a lot of younger girls when they are 22, climbing up towards 25, and they're already feeling so much pressure, like, I've not done this, I've not done that. By the time I'm 25, I've hit the wall. That's the end of my life. I'm my intention in life is to be hot till I'm 90.
100, baby.
As long as I'm on this earth, I'll continue to chop bread and chop iron. Period. Because I don't ever see myself falling off. I will not even allow myself, But because of the way our society has been for the longest, it's like, by the time you are 40, you should have had maybe like 3 to 5 children. You should have done like 10 years plus in marriage. So you should be weather beating. That's another direction of this conversation. Like, you should be a weather beating woman. Like, there was a post on Instagram that I saw where a lady was like, some people, I saw one old woman on the road telling me that we went to high school together. It was a joke. But a lot of people were triggered, because what she means by that is that some of her high school mates, they look far from each other. They look far older, because maybe different
Life has
circumstances.
happened.
She hasn't married, she doesn't have kids, so she's still snatched.
Yeah, and looks so
and
good.
some of the other women now, unfortunately, may not look
as
good, or they look way older.
Yeah.
They may look good in their own way, but they look older. If you line them up together, you won't know that they are the same age group. So I think there's a certain weather beatenness that is expected from women from this 35, 40
maybe, yes, you're right.
axis. And
like
sometimes,
being unkempt.
Yes, when you come out and say, oh, you're comfortable the way you are, you're taking care of yourself. A lot of, unfortunately, women are the ones who get the most triggered. Like, how dare you?
Old
like,
mama,
why?
Yeah, even like,
old mama, what are you trying to prove?
Leave it for the young girls,
We've done our own.
We've done our own.
Yeah, I wanted to say something when you mentioned, so how society wants to put you in a box and the expectations they have.
Yeah.
And I feel sometimes, I don't know, my theory might be so out of pocket, but I feel flipping the script in general is what life is about. Because somebody might start life at a particular age and they ascend to the peak maybe by the time they are 35. And then somebody's just beginning their own journey at 35. Somebody is just beginning their own climb in life, at 35. So if you say you should be somewhere by this time, you should be somewhere by this time as a woman, or you should be somewhere at this time by a woman. I was telling you the other day when we were talking about it before we recorded that the only time you can put someone in a box is when the person is dead.
Yeah.
As long as the person is alive, they will continue to reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
They will continue to become better versions of themselves.
And mentioning what you just talked about, I thought about it recently.
Yeah.
If you've ever walked through the doors of a hospital, or you've ever walked through the doors of a cemetery or a graveyard, and you see life,
headstones.
Sometimes you as you're even walking through, you're seeing several ambulances driving in. Some people are coming, different groups of people coming to. So people are dying actually. People are sick. Some people are living in they cannot even sit the way we're sitting. They can't speak. They can't enjoy some of the things we're enjoying. So for me, I've come to the place where I don't really care, because at the end of the day, I was looking at those people. I mean, some of them, you are thinking, did this person fulfill all his dreams in his life? Was this person able to reach the peak of his life? This person that is struggling for life in the hospital, if they had another chance, would they be sitting around listening to people's opinions about what you should do and how you should be? Culture, so many things have constricted and tried to put every one of us in a box for one reason or the other. But we should begin to live and experience this life, because life is for the living, for the people that can breathe, that are still on this side of eternity. It's not for we are still here. So if you want to sit down every day and say, I'm getting old, I'm not like, look at the whole scenery, look at the whole beauty, enjoy every single moment while you are here. Really, for me, that's my own theory. Everybody can say what they want to say. Anybody can think what they want to think. At the end of the day, I have done my one life. Imagine those people now. Every single one of them is in their own. They are on the other side of eternity now, waiting for whatever comes after eternity. So we're here, the best of your being here, and I don't know. Don't care what people think. That's my own theory.
I think for human beings, that's just like one of the nuances of us being human beings. While we are alive, we are consumed with being alive. Nobody's sitting down thinking, oh, maybe tomorrow is my last day. Nobody actually really down to reason, that way, that maybe everybody's consumed with being alive while being alive, rather. While you're alive.
What's going on today?
Oh my
Anyway, everybody's consumed with being alive, and because of that, it's very quick to lose sight of gratitude, to lose sight of the fact that some people don't even have this chance and opportunity to be here to celebrate one more year. It's very, very easy to lose sight of that. So I think also there has to just be that place of giving ourselves grace that we are human beings. From time to time, you are going to look around yourself and judge your own self based on the people around you. Maybe the people too that are in your same age group that have advanced far more than you have, or you can even imagine advancing at this point of your life, but constantly finding that place of gratitude and knowing that, okay, well, this is my own journey. I'm not on this road with anybody else. I'm on this road with myself. So I want to pose a little question. You mentioned something about surgery, and we don't really believe in touching anything, but we know that from the TV and all around us now, this is something that is becoming very, very, very rampant in our society now. So okay, so I think I heard something on a podcast. I didn't watch, and I told myself I was going to go back and watch it.
Okay.
But I didn't get the opportunity to go back and watch it. I think one of the ladies had a BBL, and somebody was asking her that, can you really say with your full chest that you did this BBL because of confidence or because of the male gaze? Because a lot of women now, when they do some alteration, they'll say, oh no, it's just because I'm just doing it because of myself. I'm just doing it because I want to look good. Or there was one heated argument I remember I had. I didn't argue. I was just there because it wasn't my group of friends. I went out with a friend and we hung out with their group of friends, and there were ladies there were guys, and some of the ladies were arguing so heatedly that women do it because of other women. Yes. That they do it because of other women. They do it because they want to be the best looking person in the room, and they want other women to. And I didn't say a word because I didn't know them. If I had known them, I would have,
contributed,
giving my own 2 cents. But in my head, I'm like, this is a whole load of crap. But then again, I don't know. That's my question.
Yeah. Well, I think there's an element of truth to it. Now, not in a positive light, but in a negative light, because they constantly pit women against each other.
Yeah.
They constantly try, like for example, even as 3 of us are sitting here, somebody can decide to post a picture and say, who is the best looking among 3 of them? And then immediately, it just brings in the question of competition. That means one is less than the other.
Yeah.
So if somebody is saying, I'm getting a BBL because when I enter the room, I want to be the most superior. That's why I said I kind of agree. Not that I think that's what I'll do if I was to alter my body. I'll alter my body because I feel maybe there are some imperfections and flaws that I want to get rid of, and I don't want to go the hard route of doing exercise, or maybe I've tried that and it didn't work. For some people, they might have tried the route of exercise. I'm not knocking the fact that exercise is good.
Yeah.
There are some people that are very obese, for example.
Yeah.
And then they need, even after working out, they'll still need reconstructive surgery to put their body parts in place because they have loose skin. So that is there. But this thing that you just mentioned about girls saying they do it for other girls, truly, girls do it to, should I say, press their next kind of mentality. I don't know who is even, who is pitting us against ourselves. Really, it has always been like that. But when I feel each woman should be able to hype another woman,
no matter
and
what
not
she
feel
looks like,
inferior doing it, and the person they are hyping should not feel superior that they are hyping you up. I mean, come on. But like you said, 2 things. It stems out of insecurity too, because if I'm already thinking I need to press somebody else's neck, that means there's something about me that I'm not secure in. That's why I feel when I enter, I need to just, I need to pepper them. They need to know that I'm there. Those kind of things. You don't even need your personality. goes way ahead of you.
Yeah.
Even before you even enter the room. So when you enter the room, if you're a great personality, it just oozes from out of you. So you don't need the alteration of a body part to prove that, oh, I have a great personality. It's just I need to add something to my butt or my boobs. It's just there.
Yeah.
And people look at that before they even look at how your body is. So body alteration, I'm in between.
On the fence.
I'm on the fence.
I don't know. For me,
I
was questioning the other day, or we were discussing, and I was like, if it is the male gaze, why? Like, what is the reason? Does somebody have? I by the way, I didn't say, like, please,
if it
do
is
your thing, Baba me.
For me.
Do your things.
Do your things, Baba me. But
they will come for you.
Let me tell you.
Just so
the
you
truth.
know, baby.
She talked about people feeling like they want to press people's necks. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true that even with your phone, your wristwatch, your handbag, your
Nigerian
shoes,
society makes everything
everything is a competition. Even when you have a Benz, what kind of Benz or shit? You have what kind of car is it? Is it 2025 or 2026?
Yes.
So people.
Oh, you have a GLK.
Is it plastic?
So I just feel like
plastic.
all of it is vanity.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is my own opinion.
You are looking for some trouble.
No, all of this, like, look, I'm using what they call
Who cares about what you are using?
Sony Ericsson of years and
Who
years.
cares about what you are using?
For me, it's performing the same function that your iPhone 17 is performing. So for me, coming into a room and feeling like I want to be the best, I want to be the highest, I want to be the greatest. It doesn't. I was watching a movie just to
digress.
But yes, just to digress. And these two women, I think the younger sister was trying to find a candidate for her brother, and these two women had the opportunity to come work in the office. And one of them had done a babe. She was beautiful to the eyes. She was so yummy to look at. And, she came in looking very pretty. But, from the gate, she was mean to the security, mean. She was speaking anyhow to everyone. She was just coming in with a very terrible attitude. And then this other girl that was not so, easy on the eyes. A movie, Nigerian film, of course. The way they tell their stories, the way it's great though. But sometimes
because
the lady comes in and she's not bad at all. She has, maybe you say, a natural. She has good body as well, but she was not mean. And this is real life. Guys, you need to know that it is real. It happens for real in offices. It does. You don't know you are being tested, or you don't know you are being watched.
Is that what you mean?
That's what I mean.
I thought you meant
no,
that
you said
the
people's characters are not for you.
It's not a given.
It's not a yardstick.
The hot person is me.
Yes.
And the plain Jane is a good girl.
The plain Jane might be
That's
a
what
demon.
pushes on movies a lot.
Yes, that's why I said the way they act, the way they want to
act.
portray it. But it wasn't about the BBL for the plain Jane. It was about the fact that. That's why I said she wasn't bad looking at all. The girl had very good body. She also was very beautiful. Maybe not as light skinned as the other girl, but she was also very flashy and beautiful. But she had such a good personality. And you said that's why I said, moving on from that point.
Okay.
Your personality, which Momsi used to say when we were growing up, she said your character is like smoke.
Yeah.
You cover it, you put leather, you put everything. It will ooze out. Somehow you can hide it here, but you're going into another room, you're going into another space, you're going into another life situation that is going to show who you really are. So character or personality, that's why I believe so much in who is this person, not what you have or how you look or where you've been to in your life. Who are you as a person? It's important, really. It's important. Some things are very, very, very important.
No, it is, but
important because
the reason why I wanted to interrupt is I've heard guys say this thing that she just said now. Like, it doesn't. Character. is what they are looking for. That's what they need, a girl with
Sorry
good
for the
character.
laugh.
They don't need a girl that is flashy. And that's
a lie.
a trap.
That's a lie. The zebra
A
and the
deceptive-
donkey analogy that I told you about.
Deceptive trap.
The zebra and the
Because
donkey.
you now not take care of yourself, or you now
You
not
want to
look
look like a
good. You
plain
want to
Jane.
have a good character.
No,
And
you know,
find
you
that
don't work
you
to
are
have
trampled.
a good that's what I'm saying.
Okay, it's
It's
just
something
there.
that is built in.
Okay, fine.
You know,
I agree with you.
Well, sometimes some people can work towards it, but I feel like it's it's who you are.
It's who you are.
It's a build up
Yes.
of all the values and all of
That
everything
you have
that
learned
has
over time.
learned that has come into you. You've imbibed over time, and it's now a part of who you are. So you're waking up with this. You're going to bed with it.
Okay.
You're not trying to pretend. Some people
true.
are full of pretense.
Yeah.
In front of the boss, they are somebody else, and when the boss is not there, you cannot even believe it.
Yeah.
Two different personalities.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about here. Like
okay.
it
Okay.
comes before you. It goes before
It
you,
goes
rather.
before you, yeah.
So no matter how you try to hide it, it will show somehow. And that, I feel like that in the core is what debatable. I stand corrected. Everybody is saying, oh, Michael Jackson was a good man. Oh, he was a terrible person. Oh, he did this. Oh, he did that. But the truth is, you can see the evidence is there to say, if
Of his
anything,
goodness.
of his goodness. His heart was moved towards people that had problems.
Unfortunately, people still, looked at his physical
Because people
appearance.
will always
That's why Tutu said
people will
there's
always
a human element.
Yeah.
That people will still fall into their imperfections of
Yeah.
trying
And I
to
think
judge you.
the thing with somebody like Michael Jackson, I think it's very easy to like deify that kind of person.
Yeah, because
almost
of
turn him into a god
deity,
because
yes.
of how much he was a
He's
good person.
impact,
Yeah.
yes.
But the truth is, human beings are equally light as they are dark.
Darkness,
I
yeah.
stand on it forever. Even
Yeah.
though some people would rather choose to believe they are all light,
and
and some
darkness.
people would also look at others and say, this person is pure evil. No,
Yeah.
everybody is
Has
that
some
yin and
goodness,
yang
yeah.
in a way. So he may have had his own struggles too that he battled with in silence that nobody
Definitely.
knew, and that's why I said it's still that human thing that you will look around you. At the time when he was growing up, there was still a lot of racism.
Yeah.
There was still a lot of the perception of you was very
different
than now. Even now with
Even
all
now,
the
we are still
modernization that has
battles.
happened, people still struggle with all these little things
Colorism
from time to time.
racism.
And yes, in a way, it could be tied to self-esteem and all that, but it is also heavily dependent on the environment that you are in. So that is where I'll say, coming back to kind of answering the question that I asked myself, is like, I feel like in Nigeria, for example, something like surgery now has pretty much come to stay.
And it's commercial.
And
is it commercial?
Commercial, like
because you said for the male gaze, so could it be?
Well, I feel like at the highest point of it is what they call it is business. That is the truth. Human beings, for the most part, have always been looked at as products. How are you going to make me richer? So I don't care how I have to manipulate whatever games I have to play to make you feel less than, or this, that, or this, that.
Yeah.
But you are now committing your money to the cause of one person that is super
rich.
So there is that, because
yes,
I know that there is the male gaze, and there is the women
doing it for women
supporting women ministry. But at the
for
core
women
of it,
too.
it is also being so strongly pushed because people are profiting off it. So the only reason why I will say people should be wary, it's not, you can do whatever you want to do. Everybody can do what they want to do. You're an adult. But I feel like in doing what you want to do, it's ideal to make sure that you're actually doing it as it's something that serves you. Not something that, just because you
just
want to
because everyone is
or that because you are a tool. You are literally a tool in the shed, and you're serving somebody's purpose because the person is profiting off
you.
That ignorance, that's identity crisis that you're obviously battling with, that makes you feel like it's how you look that will make you
better.
I always say it. You see some of all these model like stick skinny girls, they are black as the night. Look at this
Anokia,
the courage, the presence when she walks into your room. People are like, what kind of human being is this? But trust me, there are people that look exactly the same way she looks, and they are under a cloud of
Yeah.
shame.
Yeah.
And it's the same way with the Kim Kardashians. There are people that look like Kim Kardashian, even better,
Yeah.
and they are full of insecurities.
Yeah.
And they are full of an identity crisis, and they feel like they have to fix this, fix that. Yes, if you want to fix yourself, it's a free world. Fix yourself. But the biggest place you can fix more than anything else is your mind.
Your mind.
If you've not fixed your mind, it doesn't matter what you fix on the outside, you will still battle, because nobody you go ever do pass.
Yeah.
When you do your own,
there will be a bigger
when you
one.
enter, you even, and that
There
one
will
will
be
be natural.
Yes.
That one will be natural.
Oh, yes.
You
From
will see,
Ghana.
is it hair? Is it skin?
South
Is
Africa.
it courage? Is it confidence?
Yeah.
Is it body? There will
Everything.
always
So
be
working on
somebody
your
that's
mind.
better
Yeah.
than you.
Paramount.
That one is standard.
That one.
There will
Always.
always be somebody
Always.
that is better than you. Nobody can
Always.
have the monopoly of beauty,
Yeah.
intelligence, confidence. You can only just be the one that you are and be the best
yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
That's really just it.
That's a
Because
word.
if you're doing it
The
because
word
you
in
know,
season.
That's a word.
In season.
When they
people
are
not
giving you high
serious.
five,
Okay,
you
okay,
give
sorry,
it back or
sorry,
then
sorry.
somebody will stretch
Sorry
their hand.
now,
and you
sorry.
will give your hand back down.
Sarah's turning black at the tips.
Okay. Cool.
Anyway, so yeah, moving on.
Cool.
Please don't add that part.
Why not?
Which
No,
one?
the one
This
that
one
I
where
just
you
told
insulted
you.
me.
Yes.
And so what is the hot topic?
No, I said on our hot topic, and I said on our hot topic
Cool
for
hot
today,
topic,
AG.
yeah.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
a cool topic,
Yeah.
and I feel we have not even exhausted, or we have
Yeah,
not even
really.
Yeah,
we
scratched
have
the
we have
surface,
yes we
kind
have
of.
not even scratched the surface. There's so
Because
much
beyond the
to
BBL,
it.
there are so many things going on.
Yeah,
There are
Botox,
veneers, Botox, lip
lip fillers.
enhancements, and fillers. There is
So she's
even
keeping quiet because
facial.
she dey reason her own
BBL, abi?
mommy.
Mommy talk.
Mommy makeover.
Now, why
Come
you
and
keep
drag
quiet?
and say, wow. So
After you
After
finish
you
talking,
Talking, you now did it.
you
Look
now
at
went and
you.
do it.
Look at you.
Oh God.
Well, like I said, everyone has said, it's so many branches to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
True.
Tutu said something that I want to reiterate about people profiting off that thing. For example, we have had, can you remember those collagen anti-aging lotions that mommy had when we were much younger? We had there were
Forever
so
living
many,
products.
Yeah,
there were so
forever,
many
yeah.
anti-aging products. Even up till now, we still have them in the market. You can imagine the loads of, profit that those companies have made
Yeah.
Centuries ago.
centuries
Centuries.
ago off of telling you that you can look younger than
When
your age by applying this product
Some
on
people
your
just
hand.
naturally have the glass skin like the Koreans.
Exactly. The Koreans just have it. Even till they are 100,
Yeah.
they look glassy. Their skin
Yeah.
is flawless. And that is just genetic. It has nothing to do with. But like you said, it's a profit-based, cosmetic generally.
Yeah.
sha.
All kinds.
Cosmetic
Even
generally.
hair growing. You see
Yes.
someone with
Yeah.
long hair coming to tell me to grow my hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
naturally
When you
long hair.
naturally have long
And saying
hair,
they use this
they
cream.
use this cream.
Oh, God.
Or they use
Like,
this
come on now.
light skin person. tell me,
Rosemary and
use this cream.
rosemary and clove. It works now.
Okay,
grow
so
your
how
hair.
do
If
you
they
go?
even say rosemary and clove is good because that's something you can buy in the market.
Yes.
But somebody that already has very long hair naturally,
Yeah.
whether natural hair or
Oh,
relaxed hair,
yeah.
the hair is long, it's healthy, it grows,
Yeah.
cut it 2 days,
And
it has
grow
grown
back.
back.
Yeah.
Whether you're black, whether you're white,
Right.
then you know that this is how your trajectory has been. Then you say you want to start natural
hair
hair.
product.
Natural
growth.
hair.
Then
Yeah.
before your hair that grows in 2 business days, with that 2 business days hair growth now,
Two
you say
AK market
you have
days.
launched a
Yes.
miracle growth. Somebody that has 2 scoops of hair should start rubbing it.
And then
You
the
will
person
rub that.
you will rub and rub.
Nothing.
And buy, they'll
keep
tell you
buying
it
and
takes
buying.
some
Yes.
time.
You
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 cannot
have
see
to-
results.
You need to be
You need to
patient
keep
with
using
it.
it.
three
You
bottles.
can't just see
Yeah.
you can't see
The
the
result
result
Results
in 2 weeks.
immediately.
You can't expect to see results in 2 weeks.
mm.
Even 4 weeks.
Yes.
You have to keep going
months.
and buying some more and more
So
and
when it
more
finishes,
and more. Go back and buy some more.
And then when he finishes, you buy again.
Buy again. So really, I think this thing is still kind of rooted in, ageism. This whole thing of
Yeah.
cosmetics, the hair, the skin, especially. I remember that time that organic skincare was such a big deal in Nigeria.
Yes.
That people were mixing with their
Yes,
leg, mixing products in their
yeah.
bathtub, using their leg to mix relaxer and
Using
things,
Tommy
and they are
Cool
packing it inside.
inside
It's like all
containers.
sorts of tubes for people,
Yeah.
and
Some people reacted so badly.
Yeah.
I know of some
their skin
people that
ruining it.
reacted so terribly to it took almost a year for one lady that I
For
knew
their skin to heal
yes,
back. Yeah.
and it was she had to take
There
injections,
was
she
a
had to do
rave
so many
at some
things
point.
Yeah.
to get
I
her
feel
skin
like
back.
there's kind of like some form of control in that area.
Well, I don't think it's control. I just feel like it's like a lot of things in Nigeria. It passes.
There's a phase.
Especially when there is no like substance behind it. For what I mean by substance is a business that builds over time.
Mhm.
It just doesn't. It's not the kind of business that
Instant.
there's money here, everybody
Yeah,
wants
rush there.
and that's how it was with
Oh,
the
yeah,
whole
that's how it
organic
was.
skincare.
Yeah.
It's like people realize that you can make so much money.
Yeah.
Then they'll go and contract like light skinned girls, half caste girls
Yeah.
or
To
something.
come and market their
and they'll
products.
come tell them, oh, this is what I use, this is what I use.
Yeah.
Then everybody's rushing
Yeah.
and
to
use
go
it.
and use the
You know,
same
when
thing.
you know that most likely that's
That's
not what
not
those
what
people
works.
are using.
Yeah.
That's probably how
Natural
they look
skin.
naturally, But because of how profitable it was, and they saw how people were making a lot of quick money from it, a lot of people ran into it.
Yeah.
Without doing the proper research, without finding out what is actually good for melanated skin or not.
Yeah.
Everybody just entered their kitchen
And
started cooking up all
olive
sorts
oil
of
and
things.
cloves.
And then of course with the whole lot of bad reviews that followed it, I feel like that's why the face just
kind of faded.
moved away.
So
And people have
But that
gone
herd
back to
mentality
more-
though, sometimes
another
don't
question
know.
I wanted to ask
it's
is about,
overwhelming.
do you think women fade away? Like the way society says this one don't, the derogatory statements. No.
Yeah.
The
that's how
derogatory
you
statements
know.
they made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe you haven't seen let me use an actress or actress for a while. You haven't seen her. Maybe she's not active on social media. She's not acting, and then she just comes up. Maybe she does something on her social media, and then you see people's comments. This one, where she come up from? She don't do. So I don't know. I have a question. Do they really fade away, or
I don't know. I think
just because the person is absent doesn't mean the
Yeah.
person has faded away because they are old?
it's
you know,
human
the-
nature.
Yes.
It's human nature. This thing that she said earlier, Tutu said earlier about being judgmental. I think there's a little bit of it in every single one of us. And aside that, everyone is always looking for the next exciting thing.
Okay.
So there's someone
The
else
next
that is
shiny
the next
thing.
shiny thing.
Yeah.
But I believe that if you are when you start to get older, you begin to appreciate. I think older people are more fun.
Okay.
Younger people are fun, but like older women, for example,
Okay.
they don't fade away. I think they blossom.
Yeah.
They begin to bloom when they
that's what I
start
wanted
getting
to-
older.
that's what I
They
wanted
begin
to-
to
yeah.
get more exciting.
Yeah.
It's like you throw off whatever shame came
Yes.
with
Yeah.
the 30s. You
It's
just
when
throw
you were
it off, and
younger.
then you are now beginning to
Your own woman.
Exactly. Thank you very much. So I believe that older women, for me, are very exciting. They are very. Before, I used to think that, when I get to mommy's age or her friends, are we going to be having these kind of discussions? Because do you remember their gists?
Yeah.
Some wild ass.
Yeah, they were actually interesting to watch. Looking at mommy, for example, now, she had some friends that every weekend or every other weekend they were out partying somewhere.
Yes.
They were going for this person's wedding or
Yeah.
this person's son's graduation or something. And to me, it seemed like an kind of excitement. A kind of escape for them anyway. I feel it was an escape for them.
Looking from our
Because of the
perspective
dynamic of
at the
their
time.
relationship.
Yes.
So
I thought it was boring.
okay.
As a child, as a kid, as a young adult, I'm just like,
where are all these women going?
I
Or
don't
why?
I want to do more cool stuff, I want to keep doing the cool stuff when I'm because they weren't necessarily going swimming. You know, there are times things have changed. Let's agree.
Yeah,
to
of course.
disagree.
Of course.
Things
No,
have
we
changed. There
agree,
are older women now wearing their bikinis with all the stretch marks and everything, and they are owning it and they are walking in. I would never have seen mommy, even in swimsuit. She will wear leggings.
Yeah.
Those days when we used to do when we used to do exercise with her in the living room,
and
she
that's
would
what
wear
I'm saying, leggings and a t-shirt now.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was a t-shirt.
So it was we that wear our own swimsuits. So it's like these things are for the kids.
Yes.
But now I love the way women have evolved. And I think men too, you know, they are doing the things that because I mean, don't ever let your youthfulness die. Okay, sorry.
My man-hating spirits not come out.
Well, in my own point of view, I feel like, of course, as you like what you said, I don't even know. The thought is confusing me in my head as I want to say. But you know what you said about women pitting themselves against each other, or society pitting women against each other. So it's like a double-edged sword. Okay. There was a video I saw of this woman, the lady that did that smart money woman, RSA something.
Okay, RSA, yes, RSA.
But you know, I follow her on Instagram. She's a cool babe. I think she's in her 40s or something.
Yeah, she is.
So she was out with her friends, a bunch of them, about maybe 7 or 8 of them. So she was like, "Oh, we 40-year-olds in the club on a Friday," and every single one of them was looking snatched.
And so
like
good.
If you see them, you think they're a bunch of 25 or
25-year-olds,
you know, and they were dressing nice with their mini skirts, their mini dresses, because of course they were going to the club. Now, you know, they were having fun, whatever. But then the comment section
was dragging them like
to now.
Small Jen.
The comment section was a lot of young girls, and the funny part was a lot of girls.
Amazing.
Of course, there were those 1 or 2, you know,
raggedy ass
that were there saying, "Oh, but you know, the women were the funniest ones that were saying, "Oh, yeah, you don't want us to shine. You don't want us to leave space for us 25-year-olds to shine. You know, go home with your old ass, and stay at home." This, that. And she was replying every one of them. And the good thing was, she wasn't even being nasty or dragging them. She was like,
we're outside.
You guys,
we are having fun. You two have your fun.
I've never seen girls colliding with each other.
With you. Yeah. You know, so I feel like that thing is a double-edged sword in the sense of, yes, you might be on one side saying, "Oh, you want to leave it up," you want to. Then some people are feeling like, "Oh, you shouldn't," because so what
why
happens
should they marry woman?
And you know, I feel like that is so rooted in
the
scarcity mindset that we have been fed as Nigerians. Okay. Like, you must believe that everything is scarce. You have to fight for it
beings,
because you feel like, oh, a 40-year-old woman that is still hot, she's going to snatch.
Take
as if the man is going to marry like 10 men off the street or 100.
The men that also.
I remember I saw a post on somebody's status one day, and it blew my mind. The stupidity was overwhelming. They said something like 95-year-olds to 1995 to 1996 are going to be 25 next year. Let's say something like that. So a whole new batch of wives are going to be released into the society. So you better rush and find what you're going to do. Like, as far
if you're not fresh, within
it's that campus rush, like
100
level babes.
100 level babes. Jam bites are coming.
Fresh
so
babes.
Run
Hold your
so
men,
fast. You know, that scarcity mind is so bad because, you know, it makes women enter into all sorts of problematic relationships. All sorts of, you know, desperate behavior yields demonic circumstances. I think I need to go and patent that somewhere because it is so true. The way you see that rush now, because in your mind, 1995 babes, they are coming outside tomorrow. So hey, you now start scrambling to hold whatever it is you can hold because a new batch of wives. And I couldn't believe that a human being would sit down and conceptualize something like that, then write it. They did it in Canva, then a mumu felt that it made sense. And they posted it on their WhatsApp status.
And people started sharing.
And I'm like, are you serious? You know, so really, my own personal belief is there is more than enough
room for
in the
everyone.
sky for all the stars to shine. There are millions of stars in the galaxy, but people still know which one a big dipper is and a little this and that
Of
and that.
course.
Because every single one
It's
has
shining.
a
It's shining
purpose.
in his own
And you
way.
see, that's another thing. It doesn't matter. Nigerians are so obsessed with this early marriage. Oh, marry at 22 to 25.
So that you have all your
going to be
kids.
this. You're going to be hurry up, rush and marry. What are you waiting for? Rush. What are you rushing for actually? But well, anyway, I'll leave that to you guys to speak on your experience. But in conclusion of my thought process, yes, indeed, I don't think I'm not in a position to tell anybody when it is time to marry. I feel whatever you feel is best for you, do it. But whether you're 20, you get married at 20, or you get married at 40, the whole ideal is that those years should be spent building yourself. It's like what you were saying about being a good person. I don't have to wait until I'm in front of my man now to start. I'm nice to everybody. That is who I am. And it is because I have built my personality. I don't care whether I'm at the office or I'm on the road, taking a stroll, I'm interacting with security men or, the security at work. I'm a good person based on who I have built myself to be over those years. So it doesn't matter at what point your journey begins, as long as you have spent the years of your life actually investing in the person that you are, because a lot of us women just spend time just waiting. It's like, when that Prince Charming comes, or when you have that child, because Nigerians always shift the goalposts. When are you going to marry? You marry. When are you going to have a child? You have a child.
Are you not having more child?
Is it only one you have?
When are you having the third?
You have 2 girls. You don't have a boy. Then you have 5 girls looking for one boy. Then poverty becomes your middle name. So really build yourself for yourself, because it's like that analogy of the man, his wife, and his donkey.
Yes.
There is never a way to
satisfy.
And people will talk.
Do
good, do bad, they will talk.
Regardless of
So do you, do your thing, Babami. I always say,
do your thing, Babami. Wow, this has been such a very interesting topic, and I'm glad that we are, like Zoria said, we are evolving as women. We are taking up space, even if our age advances. We still believe that we have something to give. We still believe we have a purpose, and that supersedes any other thing, So, are we ending it now, Alicia?
We're not in a competition with the younger girls. For me, I even love to interact with them, because how do I even know what's happening?
They don't want to interact with you.
I know, but the ones,
I'm kidding. I'm just saying that
some don't.
Some don't really, and it's very true.
They feel
like, please.
No, but were you ever friends with women who are older than you? As in, at some point, maybe in your 20s, do you recollect having friends that were in age older?
Not necessarily, to be honest. In my personal case, I don't think when I was in my 20s I had my age
your
group,
age group.
more of my
Okay.
age group.
Because I know I
feel
had women friends.
I would call
older.
them leaders for
my
me.
late
They were
30s,
not
that's
friends.
when I started, finding women that
Okay.
are 50s
To
and
learn
all,
from.
and that, like you said, they are very interesting people, because age is not, you're not just sitting and waking up and growing old. You are living. You are experiencing life. If you are smart, you should be learning. From your journey. You should be making mistakes, learning from those mistakes, becoming a better person. So it's like in the mythical world, which I belong to, there are 3 phases of womanhood.
Wow.
There are 3 phases of womanhood. There is the maiden, there is the mother, then there is the muse. I call it the muse. I coined it. So just in case you see it anywhere around,
the maiden,
people are
the
saying
mother,
and the muse. Because normally in the world where it's talked about, it is called the crone. And I feel like the crone it gives that old crone like bent over,
the crone,
like that witch in Hansel and Gretel, for example. But in my own head, I coined it as the
The
maiden,
muse.
the mother, and the muse.
Wow.
Because the maiden now is the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The girlhood stage
Yeah.
when you are born till you're like maybe 25
Yeah,
or something.
20.
Then the mother is from like maybe 25, 30 to like
Upwards.
50.
Yeah.
Then from 50 upwards, I see
Yeah,
you
the
as
muse.
the muse because you
You
have
have
gathered so
So
much
much.
in life
Experience. Yeah.
that you are an inspiration.
To people.
Yeah.
Because that is what a muse is. You are
Yeah.
something that inspires people when they sit with you, when they listen to your stories, when they look
Yeah.
at the little things that you've done.
done.
You know, it's like wow. You know, it's
Yeah.
not a terrible thing to age.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
all, you know,
Yeah.
it's a thing of joy because it lets you experience life in so many
Yeah.
changing phases. You
Yeah.
know, and it's something to be grateful for, especially when you look back and you see the lessons that life actually threw at you and you're able to overcome them
Overcome
and keep
learn.
getting better
Yeah.
from there.
So
Yeah.
that's, I believe that aging is such a beautiful thing,
Yeah.
and everyone should embrace it.
Yeah.
You know, I remember Onyeka, God bless her soul, Onwenu, speaking about some young girls, and I don't know, they made a comment
Yeah.
towards her, and she was like, "Oh, except you don't want to age,
Yeah.
except you say, oh, God forbid for me to ever get old." And some people are terrified of aging.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen people that they don't want to hear about it, they don't want to think about it. But the truth
But
is,
what's the other option?
What's the other option? Exactly. Can you be Superman? What was that?
There's
Is it-
no other option.
Captain
There's no other
America.
option.
No,
There's
yes,
no
but
other option.
those are movies where
Eh.
Captain America is living for 1 million years and
Yes.
his wives are dying. Or
And he became
woman,
tired at
and he
some
became
point.
tired. He was tired
Because
of
the
being
love
here.
of his life now died, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, his
I
own
didn't
children
even
died.
watch that movie.
That's the first Avenger.
So,
Okay,
I
cool.
mean, there's no other option. So live, learn, and be like she said, an encyclopedia of answers and experiences to the younger ones that will come and ask you, because they will definitely come and ask you. You would inspire people one way or the other. People will come around you to your light, and you should have something to give. Like, thank God we even passed through those roads before we blaze
the trail.
Trailed the
You-
blade.
You
Trailed
we
the blade.
blazed
the trail.
blazed the trail. So therefore, people that are coming behind, you can say, but you know, I'm sorry to say, from personal experience, when you have trailblazers sometimes and they are telling you, don't go that way, sometimes some people, they want to still go that way.
Speak from experience.
They want to still experience that way. So they use strong head to go that way until when the thunder in that way now fires them. They will now come back from that way to say, oh, but still, you should be able to teach, even if people like to learn from their personal
I believe
experiences.
yes, of course, you can give your POV, but never from the point of view of expecting anybody to take that POV.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
that's
just
why it's
giving
your
it.
point of view.
Yeah.
You know. Yes, there are some people that are smart that will be like, wow, okay, there is some sense to what this person is saying. Let me see how I can apply it in my life.
Yeah.
But most people will still
Do themselves.
trail their own blaze by themselves. Regardless, even if you tell them that there's a gully in front, they will still go and enter that gully, you know, because human nature, I guess.
Yeah.
You know. But so these things are just there like a bit of a shining light. Doesn't necessarily mean that everybody is going to take that light in their journey. Your journey is your journey at the end of the day.
Yep.
So
Thank you all for watching. It has
thank
been
you.
fun and insightful.
So let us know in your comments. You said
Let us know in the comment section what you think. If you have questions, you can send a DM or send a comment to let us know what you think. Thank you for watching and see you guys next
In the
time.
next one. Bye.
Bye.